Hello, everybody. I'm Rikki Smith. Welcome to Faith on Friday Presents.
On Friday, step into what's possible with Rikki Smith.
At Faith on Friday Presents, our goal is to drive motivation by closing the door on the comfort zone, to foster inspiration by showing you what's possible, and to create transformation by challenging those negative and unproductive mindsets. And don't forget, while you're here, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to share this with your network. All right, y'all. Today is for all of you who are getting ready to launch your podcast. Yes, the podcasting world is real and everybody's coming up with something, which means, are there still any new ideas? Well, the answer to that is absolutely, and you need to get yours started. So today I'm going to introduce you to somebody who's getting ready to launch her podcast, which is going to be amazing and a little dear to my heart, but we'll talk about that. But first of all, everybody, please say hello to my guest today, Miss Tameka Eaddy. Woo! Hi, Miss Tameka.
Hi, Miss Rikki. How are you today?
I'm doing so great. Tameka, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. This is definitely something I've been looking forward to, so thank you.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for looking forward to it. I appreciate it. My friend, before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're located?
Right. So my name is Tameka Eaddy, and I was born and raised right here in South Carolina. Joined the Army after going to college for a little bit, did 24 years, 8 months, 16 days, and then I retired. And I currently reside in Charleston, South Carolina, close to family.
Oh, that's awesome. First of all, my friend, thank you for your service. Wow. And I love the 24 years, down to the hour. And I always think the same thing. And who's counting? But still, but I get it. But Tameka, first girl, tell us the name of your new podcast.
So the name of my new podcast is Beyond the Uniform, Real Conversations about Leadership, Life, and Purpose.
I love that so much. I'm telling you, there are so many podcasters out here, and I tell folks, for as large as the podcast community is, it's a very small community in that you have people, we share guests, we, poach each other's information. It's awesome. But yours sounds so unique in that it is beyond the uniform. And so many of us who in the military, we've gotten out, sometimes that next chapter, especially if you've been in for 10 years or more, can be tough. So tell us a little bit about why you decided to start this type of podcast now.
So when I was leaving the military, my transition was kind of difficult because all I knew was the Army. For that long, that's the one thing I've done consistently, and I've been pretty good at it. So transitioning out, I knew I wanted to stay connected to the military in some shape or form. I just didn't know how. And right when I retired, God told me, you need to do a podcast. And I was
Wow.
like, yeah, no, I'm okay. I don't know anything about that world. And there's no way you meant that for me. So I'm going to just let that slide. Well, here
Mm,
we are 3 years later.
3
Same
years.
thing. He didn't change his mind. So I had to change
Yeah.
mine.
Yeah. He never will. Yeah.
He never will. And so
Mm-mm.
I changed, I leaned into it and realized this was a way to stay connected. And also the platform is about giving women a voice be heard,
Wow.
hear their stories, and to have a safe space to share those stories.
Mm-hmm.
Me being an interviewer, is definitely a new place for me. But it also gives me the opportunity to hear some amazing stories of
So
women
true.
that
Yeah.
might not otherwise be heard, and
Yeah.
to process some things and to
Mm-hmm.
share their wisdom, their
My
knowledge,
goodness.
and
Yeah.
their life lessons with everyone, when people
Yeah.
who are in professional settings and not just in the military, but also in the executive world,
Yeah.
their lessons learned that
It's
hopefully we can all take something away from.
Yeah, and it's so different when you're talking about beyond the uniform. Do you find that the difference between men and women outside of the uniform is different?
Yes, very much so. I was one of the reasons why I started it is because we always hear the stories of men. We hear
Yeah.
plenty of stories of men being successful and CEOs and executives and successful in the military. But there's so many women who have served. But I will say there's only 3 million women who've ever served in the military total. Only 3.
Really?
That is it. That is it. So,
Wow.
exactly.
Talk
Yes,
about an exclusive club.
exactly.
We were talking earlier before the show, Tameka, a little bit about what you did in those 24 years, what your MOS was for y'all that don't know, that's their job, for what she did for a living. And there was one thing in particular that we were talking about your rank and about your job. Tell us a little bit about that story, if you will.
So, in the military, I started out as a combat medic and I went back to school to do physical therapy. And I fell in love with it. And so, when I made the rank of E7, Sergeant First Class, I ran many clinics and did many things. I'd been a detachment sergeant, I had deployed, I'd been to Iraq and Afghanistan. I did this cool thing called EFMB Expert Field Medical Badge
Mhm.
that only medical people get. I'd achieved all those things, Audie Murphy, for the people who are familiar with it, the Leadership of Excellence Award. And yet I was still an E7. And 2019, I was looked at for E8 and I finally made it. So I was the first 68 Fox or physical therapy specialist to have made the rank of first sergeant in that MOS or E8 master sergeant. And I did pin on as a first sergeant.
Wow, that is amazing. So when you and I met, when you were
Yes,
here at Fort Bliss, you
yes,
were
ma'am.
still, of course, you were still doing all the fabulous and amazing things. But I know when you were here, this was, I think, your last duty station, wasn't it?
No, I went to Fort Benning.
Oh,
I
that's
lived
right. I
in
remember when you
19
left.
Fort Benning.
Yeah. Wow. And so now here you are. How long have you been out of the military?
June 1st will be 3 years.
Woo, gosh, the time goes by quickly, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. It's
And now
fun.
you're getting ready to launch a whole brand new thing geared toward women after their uniform. And you said
Yes.
you're looking at more, having some really candid conversations about that. Tell us a little bit about what kind of conversations you're looking for and why specifically the women's conversations. I know you said earlier we hear about the guys all the time, but what is it specifically about the women in these conversations you're looking for?
So my goal was to give them a safe platform, and the women. Some of the conversations that, because I've recorded a few already, some of the conversations talk about their experience in the military, and also I'm huge on mentorship. Big thing for me, and because I feel like mentors help you get to where you want to be,
Yeah,
and when you have the right mentor, they will definitely help you succeed because they're going to have the hard conversations with you.
sure.
It's not what you want to hear; it's what you need to hear. And so I talk about that and I talk about the transition because I know how difficult it was for me to
Mhm.
transition after 24 years
Wow.
doing something I loved. I loved the Army. I really did.
Yeah.
And it gave me plenty of opportunities. But for a young E5 who, kind of didn't have a choice because they're a single parent and they had to get out,
Yeah.
I want to hear the stories about the women who have had not so great experiences. Sharp has been a huge thing in the military over the last few years. And I've spoken to some women who've had to deal with sexual harassment or sexual assault.
Mhm.
And finding the strength to continue to move on is so
Yeah.
motivating and inspiring. So I want to be able to share those stories with others that, might be going through a challenging time in their life and
Yeah.
maybe get a little bit of inspiration, maybe get that motivation or encouraged to just take the next step forward and keep moving.
Right. And it's so good because I think a lot of women have some really interesting stories. Some
But
really great, some really tough. You
yes,
mentioned, the sexual harassment, which is so sad
it
that it's
is.
still a thing in the military.
Yes,
Dang it. And sadly, a lot of women have that same story.
they do. They really do.
And I think what a great platform to get so many of us as women who served, who may have gone through that, to let you know, girl,
Yeah,
you ain't by yourself
not
and you
alone.
can still survive. You gonna be all right, right?
You're gonna be okay. And there's a community here waiting to embrace you, to let you
Yeah.
know we
Hmm.
support you, we understand, and whatever you need, we're here for you.
That is
Absolutely.
so good. So let's talk a little bit about you launching this thing. How has it been? What did you have? What kind of research and prayer and crying did you
All
have
of
to go through to get
all
to,
of
to actually get launched?
So I started my research. It's been over a year. So I started my research last year, probably last summer or a little bit before that, of what would it take to start this podcast and like some of the lessons learned from other people. A lot of YouTube videos. A
Yeah,
lot
we
of
all go to
YouTube.
YouTube U, okay? I understand.
Love YouTube. And it gave me a lot of information on the equipment I needed, the type of computer or um, what's the word I want to use? Like the different type of platforms where you can record and
Hmm.
edit and do all of that. Now I'm not editing anything because that's way out of my wheelhouse.
Right?
But it gave me the things about the little tips on the lighting
Hmm.
and being able to have a good quiet space versus um, in the open, and just the little tips and things that could be useful to be very successful and to
Hmm.
make sure it's a good podcast and that the audio is good. And I choose to do audio right now, no video, but
Yeah.
the audio is good. And if I plan to, video, just small things of how to be successful and to make sure
Yeah.
that people will listen and get
Hmm.
good content on top of it.
Yeah.
Make sure
I
you have
mean,
good.
it is, I would tell anybody, the content part is easy. It's
Yeah.
the other stuff,
All the
where
things.
to, how to, when to, how long to. Those things
Yeah.
can
That
be,
too.
whew.
Yep. Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
I would also say, don't become paralyzed with all the analysis. Just get on the mic and start doing it.
When I tell
Doggone
you,
it.
I was terrified to do it.
Yeah.
I was terrified because it presents a little bit of vulnerability. You're opening
Yeah.
yourself up to people everybody has opinions, good and bad. And so,
Mm,
and so the fear, yeah, I was very fearful to start,
yeah.
but,
Oh, yeah.
do it scared.
Do
Do
it
it.
afraid. I love that. So true. Most folks that have been with us over the years, they know where our story started. It took me 2 weeks to do the first video and 3 months to post it.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
only
told them,
because my fragile little ego couldn't handle the
yes,
people. I just,
yes,
but
ma'am.
you start doing it and you just start doing it. Now let me ask you this: where are you getting your guests from?
So friends, of course, since I
Hmm.
have quite a few.
Sure.
I also am on a few veteran platforms. There's an all women's veteran platform that I'm a part
Mm,
of that I post on,
yeah.
and sometimes get friends recruited. My friends who are military, they send me names of friends who they think would be a good fit for
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
the podcast. So yeah,
Yeah, that is
so,
so good. So knowing what you know now, how excited are you to launch?
I am so it's surreal.
Mm,
um, because it's something that when you think of it, you're like, okay, I could see this doing and being something good. But when you
hmm.
actually do it and you can launch and know that you have some good material and good things,
Yeah.
it's exciting. It's scary. You get all the feels.
Hmm.
But I think the best thing for me is knowing that this is what God has called me to do,
Yeah,
and
that's so good.
I'm doing His work, and
Hmm.
um, that gives you a feeling of accomplishment and a pride
Hmm.
that nothing else can.
That's
So,
so true. And I love that because truly, and I believe it, when you are called to do something and you do it, there is no better feeling. And doors will open out of nowhere. People will come alongside of you. And I mean, it literally, it sounds harder than it is, but it just flows.
it
So
does.
I'm excited for you, my friend.
I
Now,
never thought I'd be good at doing this. Honestly, I was so scared.
girl, I think anybody, well, I can't say anybody, for me. So this is our ninth year
I
of Faith
know,
on
and
Friday. I know. Yay. Thank you,
congratulations.
Jesus. Thank
That's
you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
amazing. So amazing.
I still get nervous. I am still super excited. I still do all the things that other podcast hosts do. I'm still looking for guests. I still,
Yeah,
but
that's right.
after a while, you just figure this is what I'm supposed to do. And if you do not worry about perfection, somebody needs to write this down.
Yeah,
Perfection is a lie. Look
absolutely.
for look for progress over perfection
Yes,
because
absolutely.
that is where you're going to see to succeed. Don't worry about being perfect. Just be moving. Just be
Thank you.
moving.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that.
That's what I've had to learn. I've had to learn. Now, you said something which made me laugh, and I think about it all the time. You said you ain't editing nothing. Let's talk about that, my friend. Why are we not editing? What are you doing?
So I do the Raw podcast, and I actually have a editor on Fiverr that I found. Yes. And so, I support small businesses. Yes. And so I basically send him my audio, and he goes in and he cuts the ums and the ahs and the silence. And he also adds music, and I have my own little intro music and things and stuff. And we kind of work together to make sure it's the best product available. And I go from there. And so he does the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. When we were laughing, I was like, if I ever had to edit my own stuff, Faith on Friday would have been Faith on this Friday only, because
And that's it.
I would not have done it again ever. So kudos to my media director and my auditor, Mario Howell. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for making it look like I know what I'm doing, because without you, this would not have happened. So I totally understand the need to edit something. That's so good. Now, you are getting ready to launch soon. You said you already have some recordings under your belt. Where are you going to be posting your podcast? What platform?
So currently, I do have a Facebook page, but my podcast will be on YouTube. It will be on YouTube Music. It will be on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and what's the one called? Podbean is what it's called. I won't call it something else, but it's called Podbean. And so it's all on most platforms that you can find. I will be there. Yes,
oh, I like it. Now, you mentioned your Facebook page. Tell us a little bit about your Facebook page.
So my Facebook page, I will tell you, one of the veterans that she reached out to me saying, she's like, I'm looking for your Facebook page, but I don't see anything for your podcast. I was like, well, I guess that's my sign. I need to make one, huh?
Right.
So I started it. And so on my Facebook page, it lets you know when my episodes are going to drop. It gives you a little bit of tidbits about the upcoming episodes that will be dropping, and just what's coming, a little bit about me. And if you want to reach out to me, message me or whatever, that is the perfect place to find me.
Perfect. Don't worry, everybody. If you did not get her contact information, everything is going to be in the description below. And if you are a female veteran, I'm sure she'd love to talk to you, because as hosts, we're always looking for guests. So definitely reach out to her. And don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, follow us on Instagram. Don't forget that thumbs up, and share this with your network. Tameka, my friend, before I let you go, we're going to have to play a game. Woo!
Okay.
This game is called This or That. I'm going to give you the choice of a couple of things, and you, my friend, just tell me which one you like the best. Are you ready to play?
Let's play. Yes, ma'am.
Let's do this.
This or that, this or that. Make your choice, no looking back. This or that.
All right. The hard truth or the polite version?
Oh, for me, I think it's who it's coming from. But depending on who's asking or who, yeah. I will always take the hard truth, though.
A hard truth. I like it. Okay. Morning person or night owl?
Lately, I've been a night owl.
Yeah. Okay. I like it. Podcasters, beware. Just saying. All right. You get cut off in traffic. Lay on your horn or silently judge?
Oh, I'm laying on the horn. I am. The road rage is real here. Yes. I'm ashamed of it, but it's true.
But it is what's going to happen. Okay. Yes. I like it. Planner or make it up as you go?
Planner all day. The Army has trained me well. Planner.
So, okay. So none of that spontaneous stuff. I don't. Oh, okay. Okay. No.
I do, but it's still kind of weird. But
okay. Well, that's not bad. All right. Clap back or bite your tongue?
Ooh. As I've gotten older, it's more bite my tongue. That's been like, everything doesn't need to be said. So.
Ooh, that's a lesson to live by. I'm going to write that down later. Yeah, I hear you. All right, friend. Show up on time or be fashionably late?
Oh, on time. on time. I gotta be if I'm not 10 minutes early, I'm late. Yes, ma'am.
I'm telling you what, all my military folks are exactly the same. There are three of us who
Yeah.
have served that we're the exception to that rule. And
Yeah.
finally, my friend, if you had to do it all over again, what would you do differently?
Whew. Um, Honestly, I think I would have stepped outside my comfort zone a little bit more.
Mm,
Yeah, I think I
yeah.
would have taken more risk, and not that I didn't do the hard things, but I think I would have, yeah, think that I could, instead
Yeah.
of waiting, just do it. Do
Be
it
a little
scared.
more fearless, huh?
Oh yeah, be a little bit more fearless. Do it
I
scared.
love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Tameka, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you and good luck on your upcoming launch of your podcast.
Thank you, Rikki. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be on your Faith on Fridays. This is I've been following you for a while, so I
Mm.
know the work that you've been doing, and I am so amazed by everything that you do. And thank you so much for thinking of me. I am so honored and blessed to know you and to
Mm.
be on your show. Thank you so much.
See, y'all gonna make me mess up my perfectly coiffed eyeliner. Okay.
I know it's beautiful too.
I
It is.
thank you, girl. All right, everybody. That's it for this week. But don't worry, we'll be back next week with more
Step
Faith on
into
Friday
what's
presents.
possible with Rikki Smith.